My name is Johnny, storyteller. I have a story for you from the Book of God titled, Joy Forever, Suffering is Finished. John, who was one of Jesus' 12 closest followers, helped spread this good news. Like Peter and Paul, he wrote letters that were passed around to encourage the followers of Jesus. He also wrote an account of the life of Jesus, the promised Savior. John lived to be an old man. John was arrested because he told people about Jesus. He was sent to a remote prison island. But God did not forget John. God gave John a vision about the events at the end of time and how Jesus will return. So John described what he saw in this vision, and John quoted Jesus in his letter. Jesus said, "When I come, I am going to come like a thief comes in the night. You won't know when I am coming, but what is important is that you are ready when I come." In the vision, John saw the future, a time of great violence and destruction. He saw famines, wars, plagues, and huge natural disasters. In that time, Satan will be permitted much power. Satan will bring up a man whom John described as a beast. He is called the Antichrist by people. Satan will give him huge power. He will be a ruler over many nations. He will even have his own prophet. John called this prophet the second beast. And this second beast will perform amazing miracles in the name of the first beast. And he will make people worship the beast. He will also make a huge idol of the beast. And he will make people worship the idol of the beast. And if they don't worship this idol, they will be killed. Many people will be beheaded because they refused to worship the beast. John saw Satan and this beast grow in arrogance to the point that they believed they could wage war on God and win. The beast gathered all the armies of the world together in one place called Armageddon and prepared to face God in battle. Then John described what he saw as he watched this huge army gathering at Armageddon. He looked up and he saw the heavens open. He saw a white horse with a rider. John described the rider as having eyes that were burning like flames, and the words coming out of his mouth were like a sword. And as he rode out, the armies of heaven followed him. On his robe was written his title, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. It was Jesus. As the armies gathered to fight Jesus, the beast and his prophets were captured. They were thrown into a lake of burning fire that burns forever. And then Jesus turned, and with his voice, he killed everyone in the enemy's army. And then Satan was taken and tied up with heavy chains. He was thrown into a deep pit, a prison, for 1,000 years. Then John saw every person who had died because they refused to worship the beast. Those who were beheaded, they were all raised back to life, and they reign in peace over all the earth with Jesus for 1,000 years. At the end of the 1,000 years, Satan was let out of his prison. John saw Satan deceive the nations again and turn them away from Jesus. Satan gathered the huge army, more than all the grains of sands on the seashore, to wage war against Jesus. This army surrounded the city where Jesus was, but fire came from heaven and destroyed the army. Then Satan was thrown into the lake of burning fire, where he was to be tormented along with the beast and his false prophet forever. Then John saw every person from the beginning of time until then, all who had died standing in front of God's throne. God judged them, the great and the small. If you did not follow God through faith in Jesus, you were thrown into the lake of fire. Then death itself was thrown into the lake of fire and destroyed, because no one would ever die again. And John described how heaven and earth, as they were, disappeared. A new heaven and a new earth replaced them. A voice from heaven called out, God's kingdom is among his people. He will live with them, and they will be his people. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, no more suffering, no more tears, no more crying, and no more pain. All these things are gone forever. John saw the tree of life available to everyone. Its leaves bring healing to the nations, John wrote. And Jesus turned to John and he said, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Write all these things down so that everyone will know that if they come to me and follow me, they can live with me forever. I am coming soon. This is the end of my story from the book of God. Thank you.